Man, everything's frozen over, and this coffee's curing everything. Everyone has different ways of expressing themselves, and when it comes to journaling, I think there's still a variety of different ways that you can express your thoughts, document what's going on in your life, document places you've been, and there's a lot of unique ways to, go into that approach. I don't think there's one specific way for everyone to journal. I think everyone's is going to be different. But in this video, I want to go over a variety of different tools that you can use to make the process fun. At the end of the day, the more you do it, the better you'll get at processing your thoughts and your emotions and really just documenting your, day-to-day life. So let's go over some tools that I use on my journals that I think could benefit you. I'm gonna get started with one of my favorite things to do, which is just printing photographs. I have a camera that I take with me everywhere, whether it's on my phone or like a professional digital camera, or I'm doing like behind the scenes stuff for projects or shoots. I always have something on me to document everything. And I think printing photos is a very unique and very personal way to document things. I'm a very visual person. So having those photos, having a way to print them, that's pretty easy, pretty straightforward, is really awesome for me to do. The printer that I use is this Life Print printer. I bought this when I was working at Apple like several years ago, and it's still holding up. Bought this for Melissa, and she didn't use it for a while, and then as we got into like journaling and kind of just printing things, this sort of resurfaced. We bought some refills. You can still buy them on Amazon, or you can buy them from their website. They're pretty easy to refill. I think it comes like over like a pack of 10. But what's really cool about these, besides that using like its own specific app and being able to like lay out and edit the photo there, is that the back of the paper, or like the refills themselves, have an adhesive in the back. So what we do is I go to Canva and I edit like a grid of the photographs, and then I'm able to kind of just print like a 4x4 and then be able to cut that up. And then like you see here, I kind of just print in like pairs of 4s. So make the grid, make the photos, and then kind of print them, and then be able to kind of journal accordingly. I think it's a really good way to, like I said, document your day-to-day life, document specific places, especially if you're keeping like a travel journal. I think this would be a really handy tool to do that. This one, I believe, was about maybe like $80 or so. Again, I bought this like a while ago, so there's now a variety of other printers that you can get. It really just comes down to preference. You can't really go wrong, I would say. Some might have a different quality of paper, a different quality of ink. But at the end of the day, like I'm not looking to like pixel peep anything. Like I just want to document the image in the moment, and that's a really good way to do it. This would be like my top choice of like if you wanted to kind of just invest in like one thing and then figure out different ways to do it. It is, I believe, one of the most expensive things that we're going to talk about today, so kind of just keep that in mind. Give you a visualization of like some of the photos that I've used. I'm kind of just documenting like my day-to-day life, the book that I was reading, a branding shoot that I had, and kind of just sitting on the couch playing the Steam Deck. And these are kind of memories that I just want to keep, or in the moment, like they're very meaningful. It kind of works like a second brain where you're kind of just documenting it, and like instead of keeping it on my phone and scrolling through the phones like photo app, or just getting distracted that way, I'll just print them and I'll keep them here, and it kind of just holds a more physical, more permanent place to store those memories. Like there's a variety of different ones. I have them from a cat. At the beginning of the year, we did a gravel ride, and I love taking my camera with me when I go to those rides. I just love documenting those things, and ever since I started journaling, I think it's really cool to just be able to write about that, and then also just insert some of the photographs that I take, which again memorializes the ride a little bit more. Something that I'm also doing, not necessarily only keeping with printing the photos that I take on my phone or like a physical camera, but if you're playing a game and having like a game journal or a game log to kind of just track whether like your progress or you're taking notes, like let's say like The Legend of Zelda has like a lot of things going on, so you can go about it that way. But taking screenshots whenever you finish a game, For me at least, it's very hard for me to kind of just sit there and play through the entirety of the game. So when I do finish one, it's a very monumental achievement. So I want to print it, and like right here, I was playing Tales of Arise on the Steam Deck. Just take a screenshot, send it to my phone. Most of the time, it's really cool, kind of just seeing like the end credits because there's a lot of really cool art. And I really want to document that, right? Like I might not want to play the game over and over again, but I'll take a screenshot of like some of the last frames or last piece of art going through the credits, and then I'll write about it. I'll write my thoughts. I'll write like the rankings. I kind of just give some additional feedback, and I think this is a really good way to keep track of the games that you're playing. Maybe like a really cool, memorable experience or chapter, or a scene that really kind of moves you. You have games like Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy VII. You might be playing a Pokemon game, maybe like taking a picture of like the team that you have. There's a variety of different ways to go about it, but that's how I'm going about it. Something else that I really enjoy doing, or kind of like utilizing as a way to journal, is I love stickers. I love physical things that I can collect and use and put on my laptop and kind of store for a rainy day. There's a variety of different places where I get my stickers, but I kind of just get them from just as I'm going through life, going through conventions, as my likes and dislikes change, like I'll buy something on Etsy. But stickers are a really cool way to customize and sort of like personalize your journal. I don't know about you, but I love a ton of anime. I love Legend of Zelda. I just love stickers as a whole. And, I don't have a large quantity of stickers because I probably use a lot of them, but I have some that kind of just mark for like indexing my commonplace. For indexing my commonplace, I have a variety of like Zelda ones, just like I can write on them. Maybe like it can represent my mood, or kind of just like if I'm playing the game, again, go back into it. I bought these Super Smash Brothers ones from Etsy, and they represent a variety of different things. Whether you're playing the game, you're playing a game like Pokemon or Zelda, or like Metroid just came out, and you want to journal about it, like you have a sticker that kind of represents that. I also love the art of like the 8-bits, kind of just like little sprites. So this is really cool. We have some monthly things. They want to do like habit tracker. I want to like draw the grid every single time. I can use these and mark these. I could use them in a variety of different ways. I haven't used these, so I'm kind of just storing them. I have this like flag markers from like One Piece, and then a variety of different ones from like Traveler's Journal, that could just represent a variety of different things. Getting things from different variety of artists. I love like different art styles and the things that the stickers represent. Like I have some Hollow Knight stickers from when I was going through that. It's only finished the first Hollow Knight, so I can get into Silksong. I have some like Smitski stickers and then some One Piece stickers, but it's a good way to kind of like personalize it. And again, depending on what your goal is, or like how deep you want to get into like adding stickers in like a variety of different shapes or sizes or forms, I would highly recommend it. And like at the end of the day, it's your journal. You do whatever you want to do with it. I'm not saying that you have to do all of these things, but these are the things that I'm using that make journaling fun. Again, the more that I'm able to get comfortable in doing it and representing what it is that I'm feeling, adding some pictures, adding some photos, adding some stickers, using different markers, the more that it feels like me, like a true representation of me. So stickers are a really good way. I would recommend it. There's a ton on Etsy for a variety of different things that you can reference, photos that you can use. I'll leave a link down below to some of my favorite ones that I've gotten. What's really cool as well is that I have some stickers here that are kind of just like loose, but you can get these like sticker release papers, which then you can kind of just keep in your journal. This one's from a Traveler, so it's not, it doesn't fit accordingly to my Paper Republic. And I'm not fully using it to like store these because I use these very often. But as you go and travel, and you go to conventions and you acquire a variety of different things to kind of just like remember, or like it's a really cool photo, you can grab it, you can store it in this paper release or sticker release paper, and it can just stay there for whenever you need it, right? You can just collect them, use them as you go, and then there might come a time where you want to use that sticker to represent something that you can't, visualize with words, and it'll just make it more you. Other things that might resemble something like a sticker, like if you're not looking to kind of just put things all over the place, you can separate and divide like your notes or what it is that you're writing, chapters, using like washi tape. I know, like if you're a guy watching this and you're looking at your journal, you're like, dude, this dude's putting like stickers all over the place. Like, it's okay, don't be scared of washi tape. I think maybe like if you're a guy and you're watching this, using washi tape is probably not something that you're looking to do, or like you might not feel ready to use it, but it's just really cool. Like this one is like looks really sick. Again, I really like the art and the design and the work that kind of goes into these things. So using it and kind of just seeing how it looks on the paper is really nice. And I'm still trying to figure out like a really nice way to use these. I kind of just had 3. I stole these 2 from Melissa, but I'm looking forward to finding more that represent the style of journaling that I'm wanting to write about, and I think it'd be really cool. You don't have to use it. It's meant to be used over time, and when the time comes, you have an arsenal of washi tape to do it. There's also like these Hobonichi like Deco rush tapes, which are just like decorations, so like that's why it's called Deco. This one just has like a whole bunch of like Dawn characters on it. I watch a lot of One Piece. I'm a big fan of One Piece. If you haven't noticed, I like that One Piece stuff. I'm full One Piece spread. And I think this is really cool. I just use it to divide some of these things, to kind of just decorate some of these pages. It doesn't. It's more like an effect for a sound of like surprise, but that's what I use it for. And they don't have to be Hobonichi. They could be like a variety of different ones. Again, these could be, it's kind of act like washi tape. I prefer washi tape because these can sometimes break, and they're kind of weird, and sometimes difficult to kind of just like press onto the paper. I might just be doing it wrong, but I do have this, and it works out, and I really enjoy it. So again, just another tool that you can add to your arsenal, so that you can journal however you want. I also have these like sticky notes or sticky pads. You can use like regular sticky notes. These don't have like any like adhesion to it. You're just supposed to like write your thoughts, or like how you're feeling based on like the character photos, or really just like whatever you want. So whenever I'm feeling a certain type of way that represents some of these characters like Zoro, Enel, Bartholomew, Chopper, I just take them out, I glue them, just like glue stick, and it just adds to decoration, right? Something that I'm not gonna go over, which is kind of just like journaling, which is like something else, but just grabbing stickers, cards, receipts for things that are happening, letters that you get from friends and family or your employer, whatever it is. You can just add them there, and it just adds more to your experience of writing. Eventually, you'll find your way of doing things, and you'll start to get into the groove of figuring out what it is that you're looking to do. I am now in the process of figuring out new inks and getting ink bottles. This is my first one that I got, which is from Laban, which is just like Hera green. I saw it on Etsy, or I saw somebody writing, and they had this clear Lamy pen, which is my favorite pen, and they were using it with green, and I thought it looked really cool. It's clear, so like you can see the cartridge that I have here for like the ink. It's like red and see-through, and it looks really dope. So personalizing your journal doesn't have to just be stickers and photos and washi tape. If you want to take things slow, and maybe just introduce a different color ink to your thoughts to kind of separate them, it's also a really fun way. I just love the way these ink bottles look, and I can't wait to kind of just line them up and have like a collection of different inks. Obviously, like you'll grow your pen collection. I'm growing my pen collection as well, and I'll have a variety of different things to write on. So right now, this is my favorite combo that I'm using. It's really cool. So if you have a specific color or combination, or even like a ink brand that you are really passionate about, I would love to hear that. Just do it down in the comments down below, and I will love to check it out. But another way that you can customize your journal is just using different color inks or just different color markers. Like it could be as simple as that. Whether you're highlighting something, you're paraphrasing something, you're quoting something. These ones that I have here, I got a while ago as a pack on Amazon, and they're still working. Like I got these like several years ago. These are Sipa branded, and they just come over in a variety of different colors, and they're very, very like thin. They're not gonna bleed through. They're really cool. You know, right here. They're really fine when it comes to like the nib size. So you don't need to add a lot of pressure. They're like 0.38 millimeters. Very simple, very efficient. Again, you don't have to do any of this. I'm just trying to open your mind to different ways that you can customize and personalize your journal. If you're going to get into writing, whether you're commonplacing or you're just, you know, just doing like your daily entry for your journal, your morning pages, whatever it is. I feel a lot better when I utilize these tools, when I personalize it, when I can add some visuals, when I can print some photos, when I can change the ink. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be concise. It doesn't have to be symmetrical. You don't need to use a sticker for absolutely every entry. There's some entries where I just want to write and you just get a thought down, and there's no photo, there's no sticker, there's nothing to go with it outside of just writing. This is just my style of doing things. You don't have to do any of this. At the end of the day, what makes it easier for you to write, or what makes it easier for you to journal and just practice the art of doing so, what works for you is going to be the best thing. So if you guys want a link to any of these things that I sort of mentioned, I'll leave them all in the link down below. They're not affiliate links, they're kind of just references that you guys can use to, you know, continue your journey and have a different experience with the art of journaling and writing as a whole. And hopefully this was helpful and useful. And if it was, let me know in the comments down below. But outside of that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.